This thrilling adventure brings one girl back together with her lost pet to save an extraordinary world. Greetings, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Ren, and today we're going through some blind date with a book mystery packages that I got from Etsy. Now, I did look at multiple different sources, namely Etsy, some sellers on Depop, and Barnes & Noble, because those are the ones that I've seen have them. I'm not all that familiar with how Depop operates exactly, but I am familiar with Etsy, so that's why I ended up going with Etsy. And I do know that there are services that you can, have books recommended to you through, that sort of thing. But that wasn't exactly what I was trying to test this round. I will have a couple of links to videos that BooksAndLala has done, where she goes through things like that in the description there. But yeah, let's get into the video. We're doing a mystery book haul, and I have literally no idea what I'm walking into. So, I don't know if I've just seen them more because I've been looking at them more or what, but I've been seeing a lot of notices, I guess, for a blind date with a book or a mystery book, just like the mystery boxes, mystery whatevers. So I popped over on Etsy and ordered a few books. We'll see what I end up with. I have honestly no idea. So, for some of these, the seller wanted like a blurb of like things that you're interested in so that they could, better cater the thing that you're getting. I was trying, keyword being trying, to do like a really cheap option, a mid-range option, and a more expensive option. So I think this one was like 12 to 15. This one was about, I want to say 7-ish. And then there was going to be one that the books were like $3 each, except that one never shipped, and I don't know if it was, but at least it had the appearance of being kind of scammy. So if this is a thing that you want to do, I would suggest, just like with most things, gravitating towards sellers who have a good number of sales under their belt and there's reviews. So make of that what you will. I ended up putting in another order, so we've got these. And for this particular one, there was an option for paperback, hardcover, and a book of the month book. So that's what I ended up getting for this. But because of that whole thing, these came a good almost a month ago. So I don't really remember what this is, aside from that it was like you could either request a genre or just say surprise me, and I picked the surprise me button because it's a mystery thing. For this one, okay, so yeah, I'd forgotten about that. So this one was the Etsy store A Pen for Hire, and it'll have their links and everything in the description there. But the way that they do it is either you can just say, surprise me with a random book, or there's like a Google spreadsheet with a vague description of each of them, and you could pick out which book sounds intriguing. So that's what I ended up doing with these. I just don't remember what the info was for them. And then this one was from Crystal Customs, and it was just a random book. And then this one was from Crisp Pages & Co. And the seller wanted to know what your preferred genre of reading is, if there's any triggers that you have, which I really appreciate, just saying, because I've discovered over the last couple of months that there are some very distinctive triggers in things that I've got that I didn't realize were a thing. And if you're interested in anything particular, if you're part of any fandoms or anything, so I tend to favor historical fiction and fantasy, especially if there's adventure and some LGBT characters and themes, also plants. I'm a big botany nerd and actually do reviews for books with botanical themes. Part of the Super Potterlock trifecta of fandoms, and also Wiccan, as to triggers, gratuitous, and non-plot relevant violence, abuse, etc. against characters and animals. I look forward to seeing what arrives. So, now we're all caught up on that. This one actually just came today, so we'll let that one chill for a bit. The other two I opened just to make sure that it was what I thought it was. And Crystal Customs. Okay, so Crystal Customs also has stickers, so I didn't know how big it was gonna be, but this was kind of hilarious, so I ordered one of these too. But it's, don't be trash, transphobic, racist, ableist, sexist, homophobic, which I'll appreciate that one. They seem like a pretty cool bean. There was a note included in there. Okay, so we've got the random book. It's in some Harry Potter wrapping paper. Okay. It's like having a extra present thing. And honestly, I mean, my birthday's in a week, so it fits. Okay. Now, what do we have? Alright, what do we have here? Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, there we go. In order to keep the paper where it was, there was some tape stuck to the back of this. Alright. Okay, I am intrigued. So we've got book 1 of the Percy Jackson series. Alright. Cool. Which I have seen the film, but folks seem to generally say that the books are better, so would be interested to see what comes of that. Also, trying to find something that is a substitute for the Potterverse, so we'll see. Percy Jackson is about to be kicked out of boarding school again. Okay, I do not remember that part from the film, so okay, good to know. Percy Jackson's about to be kicked out of boarding school again, and that's the least of his troubles. Lately, mythological monsters and the gods of Mount Olympus seem to be walking straight out of the pages of Percy's Greek mythology textbook and into his life. And worse, he's angered a few of them. Zeus's master lightning bolt has been stolen, and Percy is the prime suspect. Now Percy and his friends have just 10 days to find and return Zeus's stolen property, and bring peace to a warring Mount Olympus. But to succeed in his quest, Percy will have to do more than catch the true thief. He must come to terms with the father who abandoned him, solve the riddle of the oracle, which warns him of betrayal by a friend, and unravel a treachery more powerful than the gods themselves. So, very cool. Looking forward to that. Alright. So we're off to a good start. Also, let me just say, right, I appreciate the cactus print in here, you know? I just do. So let's bust into this one. I think it was like paperbacks were 7, hardbacks were like 8, and the book of the month ones were like 9. But I don't know if there was a sale situation or like if you get more than one then it changes, but each of them ended up being $7 when I put the order in. Aha! Well, so far, I don't need the scissors. Slicey slice into the thing. Aha! Alright. Okay, so we've got some thicker ones in here. So this one is, oh, nice, okay. So I picked the other two, but I couldn't quite decide on the paperback, so I just said, like, there's these 3, pick one, have at it. So we've got paperback, 354 pages, middle grade fantasy, key to an animal realm, mission to save the world. So, comes like this with a little sticker on there. That's a cool little sticker. Okay, so we've got that one, and then, okay, so this is the Book of the Month one. So, Book of the Month, 487 pages, adult historical fiction, mythological creature, ambition, and danger. So, we've got that, and then hardcover, 462 pages, young adult fantasy, crew of misfits struggle to work together. So, there's that. And again, very cool wrapping. I appreciate that. Alright, so let's start with the hardcover, because it's the one on top right now. Come on now. Is it what I thought it was? Is it what I thought it was? Yes! Okay, so, just as a thing, right? It's got the little raven on there as a seal. And, the description, young adult fantasy, crew of misfits that struggle to work together. And I seem to have correctly guessed that it was Six of Crows. I do not currently have the rest of the series, so I'm gonna at least borrow the rest of them before reading this, but it's also the super cool sprayed edges version, which I appreciate. So, there is that. Alright. It's very cool. Actually, I think this is, I'm pretty sure this is the first book of mine that has sprayed edges, which I appreciate. Okay, let's see this one. This is the book of the month, which, yeah, I will say, right, the descriptions are pretty accurate from what I can tell. I guessed it was this one, mostly because that's the kind of phrasing that has been used to describe Six of Crows in all the videos about it that I've seen. So, if you want to go in completely blind and just like, give me some random thing, you might want to not look at that if you're going with this particular seller. But at least this way you have a vague idea of what you're going in for. So, okay, I have not heard of The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock, but I am intrigued. So, from Imogene Hermes Guar, alright, which would explain why there's a mermaid on the thing, actually, yeah. Alright, cool. So, we've got, just for the blurb, right, Kitterdam, a bustling hub of international trade where anything can be had for the right price. And no one knows that better than criminal prodigy Kaz Brecker. Kaz is offered a chance at a deadly heist that could make him rich beyond his wildest dreams, but he can't pull it off alone. And, Kaz's crew are the only ones who might stand between the world and destruction if they don't kill each other first. And in case you weren't familiar, this one was written by Leigh Bardugo. So, there's that. And then we've got The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock. One September evening in 1785, just beyond the docks of London, Jonah Hancock hears an urgent knocking on his front door. The captain of one of Jonah's trading vessels is waiting anxiously on the front step, bearing shocking news. On a voyage to the Far East, he sold Jonah's ship for something rare and far more precious. A mermaid. Oh, okay. Jonah is stunned. The object the captain presents him is brown, wizened, and as small as an infant, with vicious teeth and claws, and a torso that ends in the tail of a fish. It is also dead. As gossip spreads through the docks, coffee houses, salons, and brothels, all of London is curious to see the marvel in Jonah's possession. Thrust from his ordinary existence, somber Jonah finds himself moving from the city's seedy underbelly to the finest drawing rooms of high society. At an opulent party, he makes the acquaintance of the coquettish Angelica Neal, the most desirable woman he's ever laid eyes on, and a shrewd courtesan of great accomplishment. This meeting sparks a liaison that steers both their lives into a perilous new course, for priceless things often come at the greatest cost. Imogene Hermes Guar, Britain's heralded new literary talent, makes her debut with this spellbinding novel of a merchant, a mermaid, and a madam, an unforgettable confection of obsession, wonder, and the deepest desires of the heart, told with bawdy wit, sparkling intrigue, and a hint of magic. Okay. Alright. Interesting. Can't say as I've read a description quite like that before. I'm intrigued. Alright. And then we've got the paperback. So, middle grade fantasy, key to an animal realm, mission to save the world. And going off the rest of it, there's a flower on there, so I'm guessing something to do with plants, or just nature in general, which would make sense if it's a key to the animal world. We shall see. Okay. Okay. There's another one that I'm not familiar with, but am intrigued. Okay. So we've got The Twist Rose Key by Tone Almagel. A magical world depends on the child who holds the Twist Rose Key. Okay, alright. Something is wrong in Lynn Rosenquist's house. The clocks tick too slowly. Frost covers the flower bed. Even in a rainstorm, frost covers the flower bed even in a rainstorm. And when a mysterious key marked Twist Rose arrives for her, Lynn finds a gate to the secret world of Silver. This frozen realm is the home of every dead animal who ever loved a child. Lynn is overjoyed to be reunited with Rufus, the pet she buried under the rose bush. Together they must find the missing Winter Prince in order to save Silver from destruction, but they're not the only ones hunting for the prince this night. Filled with trolls, magic, and danger, this thrilling adventure brings one girl back together with her lost pet to save an extraordinary world. Okay, alright, I'm intrigued. I want to read it. Good on ya. Alright. This is the first that I'm hearing of this, and it looks fascinating. So, there's that. So, it's apparently a debut novel from 2014, it looks like. And just like with a lot of middle grade, there's occasional illustrations at the start of chapters. Okay. Alright. Very cool. So, there's that. And so we've done those two, and now it's like the higher end one from Chris Pages & Co. So, it comes like so. It does look like there's a little bit of water damage on the tissue paper just because the packaging has been through everything, it looks like. But everything seems alright in there. So there's like a little sticker that says, "Thank you for supporting my small business." There's a little felt heart sticker down here, and it's wrapped very, very nicely there. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the one that wanted the triggers and whatever else and everything else that you have. So there's a whole compendium of things. So you've got some tea. I did pick green tea, I forgot about that. But you've got tea so that you have some tea to go with your book. I don't know if that was because I said I was into witchy stuff or not, but there's a quartz crystal in there. A pencil and a small composition notebook for notes or whatever else. And there's a tag here that says "the cold is in her bones," so I don't know if that's a reference to the book, if that's the title. We'll see. Oh, nice. So, we've got a bookmarker that says "Profound Plant" on there, and I know it has words in the middle here, but my eyes aren't really working, so if I can figure out what it says later in the editing, then I'll pop it in the screen somewhere. And we've got this little packet here with a tiny paper clip. What is you? It says thank you on it. It is in stickers! Alright, so we've got Be Fantastic, Recycle Your Plastic, a green crock, and Kailing It. Yeah, just a note to the purveyor of which one is it? A note to the purveyor of Crisp Pages and Co. Right? Just a thing. In the event that you ever see this, having green as the color scheme is already like upping the estimation, honestly. The attention to detail and stuff, on top of which this is the first one, like I ordered them all, aside from these three, like I ordered the main bulk of it on the same day, and this was the first one that came. But between that and the puns, like, much appreciate. And stickers, like stickers that also have puns on them, like, all kinds of good things. And a tiny paper clip. Like, alright, so now we're down to just this, and I don't know if the butterfly is taped down or glued or what, but, okay. Nice. And then I can just use the twine for something else, which is cool. Okay. So there is that. And we've got some washi tape along the top here. Is that? Okay, yeah. So the butterfly is stuck down on that. Alright, so in the event that I want to do something with that, I'll just recycle the paper itself. Alright, so let's bust into this and see what we've got here. And for all of these, you do have the option generally to just say, surprise me with some random thing, like regardless of genre and anything else. But some of them do let you select options and stuff. Okay, yeah, so that was the title for it. I know I've heard of this, but I'm not familiar with it, really. So we've got The Cold is in Her Bones by Peter Nell Van Arsdale. Mila knows two things to be true. Demons are real and fear will keep her safe. Mila's whole world is her family's farm. She is never allowed to travel to the village, and her only friend is her beloved older brother, Niklas. When a bright-eyed girl named Iris comes to stay, Mila hopes her loneliness might finally be coming to an end, but Iris has a secret she's forbidden to share. The village is cursed by a demon who possesses girls at random, and the townspeople live in terror of who it will come for next. Now it seems the demon has come for Iris. When Iris is captured and imprisoned with other possessed girls, Mila leaves home to rescue her and break the curse forever. Okay? Her only company on the journey is a terrible new secret of her own. Mila is changing too, and may soon be a demon herself. Suspenseful and vividly imagined, The Cold is in Her Bones is a novel about the dark, reverberating power of pain, the yearning to be seen and understood, and the fragile optimism of love. Okay. And it looks like this one was published in 2019. So, And just as a final thing, right? So I'm okay with paying for, I don't know, like paying a higher price point, I guess. Especially if it's like a catered experience, right? So, again, it's been a month, but one of the sellers asked, like, okay, so we're doing this. What are you into? What are you really not into? What are your triggers? How can I make this experience better for you on the reader's end? And then there's some where it's like a list of blurbs. It's like, okay, pick from this. All right, that works. And if that's an option, like, okay, to have a base price and then work from there. Or to, if it's highly catered, like that one was, to have a slightly higher base price and go from there. All right, that works. I was thinking to pick up a book at Barnes & Noble when I was doing all this, because they have a mystery book section, at least at some of them. I haven't, since I started filming this, I've been to 3 or 4, I can't remember, and 2 of them have had a mystery book spot. Now, I don't know if it's because they had people complain about it, or if it's a site-specific thing, or what, but one just had everything wrapped in paper and the genre on the cover with a random sticker thing. And it's not like for one of the books, or for one of the sellers, it was 3 books, but for one of the sellers, the sticker had a reference to whatever the contents was, which, fine, that works. But it was just like someone had gotten a pack of stickers at like the dollar store or something, and it was a bunch of flowers or whatever else, and all of them just had a random sticker on it. With a note that's like, mystery, romance, thriller, and that was it. With an ISBN on the back. Now, just as a thing, right, from a consumer's perspective, if you have literally no idea what you're walking into, what the setting might be. Now, I didn't ask, so not entirely sure on this, but also I would assume that mystery book would come under the whole, like, specialty packaging thing, so therefore non-refundable. I don't know. But I asked someone, like, okay, if it's like $5 or whatever, okay, whatever. Because there's a whole section in Barnes & Noble that's, like, I don't know, the cheaper sort of books that I could see being part of that sort of thing, right? And everything in that section was just full priced, whatever the base was for the particular novel or whatever it happened to be. So, needless to say, it stayed there. But I also haven't been back to that one since, so I don't know if they still have them or not. But at another location, they had mystery books, but it was more like how it was for some of the sellers on Etsy, where, like, you would have the regular brown paper wrapping, but it would have, like, genre, setting, relative age group that it's geared to, and then like one or two plot points. Which, okay, so if you're going for like a blind date book situation, that would work. By that point, this whole thing had been filmed, aside from this bit, but that was cool. If you're gonna do it, that's a better way to do it, by far. It was still the regular price, but in the first round, it was just the genre, a random sticker, and the ISBN. And you had to ask someone how much they were. For the second round store, the second store that I saw them at, it was a description, a random sticker because decoration, and it had the ISBN, but it also had the price on there. So you could kind of gauge if you wanted to even think about it, you know? And they were right up front instead of in the back somewhere, which was also a better just marketing strategy. Because it's one of those that if you don't know what to get someone for a gift or something, like you could go the gift card route, but you could also go the, well, I don't exactly know what it is, or if you haven't, but like this sounded like something you might like here. So yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, that said, we'll get back to the rest of the video. Alright, so all in all, I'm rather happy with this set of books. There's some that I've been looking forward to reading and just haven't yet. There's some that I'm very intrigued by, and some that I have not heard of, but we'll see what happens. So, I'm probably going to attempt to do a reading vlog with at least some of these at some point. We'll see. Maybe some of these and some from another haul. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah. If something like that with, like, the random mystery books is a thing that would be of interest for you, I'll leave the links to the shops that I went to on Etsy down in the description, along with the links for the podcast and all the rest of the socials, and as well as links to help with current global crises that are happening. So there's petitions and donation links and everything down there. So, thanks for stopping by, and if you want to see more of my content, hit the subscribe button down below and ring the bell next to it so you're notified when I upload. And I will see you later. Have a good one, everybody.